So at this point, I just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad?
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. Honey, I'm home. Shoes getting kicked off.
So somebody pulled a gun on me today because I didn't want to give them my number, which is like, whatever, but like...
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a brick is. Yeah.
So this might sound a little bit toxic, but what if we just started robbing men? Like the guys who ask if you want to come over on the first date, what if you just took a couple things from their house?
A bunch of bums.
Any more questions?
We are in an age where singleness is glorified. And when I mean singleness, I don't mean in dating, I mean in like individuality. You can do this on your own, you got this, independent. But throughout time, humans are made to be collaborative
100%.
and are made to be around people. I feel like a lot of the reasons for loneliness is because of this thing, and I've dealt with it as well, where we've been conditioned and told that life would be better if you just do it by yourself, or life would be just everybody, you don't need anyone, nobody's got you, you could do it on your own. And sometimes you need the right people to bear that weight.
100%.
So as much as therapy is amazing, I feel like I had to really undo that mindset.
100%.
So as much as therapy is amazing, I feel like I had to really undo that mindset where it's like, I don't need anybody. Nobody got you like you got you, because it's really wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very wrong and it's very dangerous.
it's very wrong and it's very
yeah.
dangerous.
Shout out to these ladies who are actually doing the work in therapy. I think we all need to be in therapy at this point.
But throughout time, humans are made to be collaborative
100%.
and are made to be around people.
Yes, it's in humans' DNA to not be alone. The human species was created to be connected to something, to be connected to a community, a network, a village, a tribe. It's interesting to see these ladies talk about this because it was Western women that started the movement of I don't need a man. So it's good to see them starting to take more accountability in the role that they continue to play in this.
My husband says he's upset with me because, in his words, sweetie, you need to stop spending so much money on DoorDash. Ordering it 3 times a day is not appropriate, and we need to start living within our means. Honey, it sounds like you have an income problem, not that I have a spending problem. Start earning more money and we won't have these issues. So I took his credit card that we share, and I booked a vacation for my daughter Richard and I. We're staying in a hotel tonight, and I hope he enjoys that I charged $8,000 to his credit card. Make more money, darling.
Man, I swear, her and little daughter Richard will be permanently living in that hotel. Whoever her husband is, he might as well just take the hit financially and go ahead and divorce her, because it looks like she's trying to burn through his money anyway. She don't even want to address her spending issues, and she's definitely not ashamed of the fact that she married for the money. This just proves that she don't have her husband back, and on top of that, she gonna get on social media and blast her husband in front of the world. Run, 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 brother.
It serves the system of patriarchy to tell women that our standards are too high. And we're currently in a moment of severe disruption to the patriarchal system, because for the first time in history, women not only have the economical empowerment to leave and to hold higher standards, but we also have the psychological empowerment. We are talking to each other, we are sharing information through platforms like TikTok, and we're all looking around and saying, no, we're not the crazy ones. Things have been fucked and we are not going to accept this anymore.
Single women love to keep other women single. Misery loves company.
And this is extremely disruptive to the system. And so it is going to uproot a lot of this type of energy, which is basically trying to push us back down into the box that we've been contained in. And one of the oldest tools of patriarchy is to convince women that our entire worth and value on this planet is to partner up, to procreate, to have children, and to be desirable in the eyes of men. Be a mother, be a wife, right? That's kind of the storyline we've been receiving since childhood.
It's not programming. It's in a woman's DNA to procreate, to multiply and be fruitful.
So already, based on that programming, women are already conditioned to lower our standards, to accept not everything that we would want or our full standard, so that we can play into this story that has been painted for us of what is going to make us worthy, lovable women. But now that some women are standing up and being like, actually, like, I'm not going to uphold being married or being a wife or being a mother over basic human decency and respect in my relationship, that is what is going to uproot now this secondary narrative, which is, well, the reason you're alone and the reason you're going to end up a spinster is because your standards are too high. You are being unreasonable. And essentially, this is placing the onus on women, aka the oppressed group under the system of patriarchy, for us to lower our standards in order for this social system to work better, instead of us placing the onus on men to improve their behavior, to raise their bar for themselves and for the men around them, and for all of us to collectively work together to start breaking down this oppressive system of patriarchy. But again, that's obviously disruptive to the power group in the system, which in the system is men. So that is why men are pushing back vehemently with this type of storyline, right? Women's standards are too high, calling us average women, as if as humans there's like a lower tier or an average or a higher tier. Like, we're all just humans who are worthy of love and to have a good life and the life that we desire for ourselves. Point is, please ignore this storyline. This is textbook when an oppressive system is being broken down. This is exactly what gets rooted up. At the end of the day, don't ever let someone call you average, and don't ever let someone tell you your standard is too high.
And it's unfortunate that this lady is actually influencing other women to eventually end up dying alone and just end up as cat ladies. And that's the whole point of it. I don't know how women who are so strong and independent claim to be so helpless. No one's telling you there's nothing wrong with, you having high standards. The issue is this perfect man that you set this standard for in your head, he do not exist. It's okay for men and women to be flawed. We all are.
So if you ask me, literally never lower your standard. Personally, if I don't meet someone who meets my standards.
And by the way, let's get into this comment right quick because it was pretty interesting. Going on 7 years, at what point do I decide I'm just delusional and need to lower said standards? Asking for a friend.
Never lower your standard. Personally, if I don't meet someone who meets my standards, who I truly feel I could build a life with, and us being together is going to augment both of our lives, not take away from it, I will so happily just stay alone. Like, I will buy a farm and invite all my girlfriends, and we'll just be surrounded by like nature and animals, and we'll just like sit around a bonfire tripping mushrooms when we're 70 years old.
What she don't understand is that a lot of women, they want to be pick-me's. They want to be in a relationship with a man.
I want a man that loves me, cherishes me, values me, but they have to know my value in order to value me. But I want fun times. I want fun times. I want laughs. I want laughs more than anything.
But I want a man. Like, I need a man in my life.
I like to even hear that.
I love that.
Yeah. We need more women saying that, for real.
And women are crazy for saying, I don't need a man, I'm independent, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't need to be independent. I want to be taken care of in any way. I don't know why they would say I don't need a man. I need one.
A lot of women necessarily don't want kids. A lot of women just want to be around a man. They don't want to be on a farm with other women. They want to feel the protection of a husband. If this lady is into women, she should just say so.
Like, sit around a bonfire tripping mushrooms when we're 70 years old. This sounds so much more enjoyable than partnering up because of this pressure that society creates for women. Let's be very clear, this pressure is manufactured and it serves the patriarchy, because if we feel pressure to settle down, men don't need to improve their behavior, men don't need to break down the systems that are oppressing and abusing women, because we are the ones, the onus is being put on us to lower our standards, not for them to raise their bar of their behavior and to uproot the system that is literally abusing women every single day. And I'll add, I understand the baby thing can factor in here. If you really want a child, I don't know if I want a child, but I do think there's a day I could wake up and be like, oh, I'd love to have a child. Again, farm, girlfriends. There are a lot of ways to end up with all the things that you want in life that do not include lowering your standards and settling and essentially signing up for a life that you know is not living in your truest, authentic self, and that is going to be as fulfilling as it possibly can be.
It's like a lot of women would rather just die on a hill than get with an average man. That's why men are not going to feel sorry for these women when they end up alone one day and they start to get older and change their viewpoints on dating and relationships. Because I do think later on, if she decides to change her mindset and viewpoint, and you decide that you do want to be in a relationship with a man, but that is her decision. And one thing she's forgetting about is that wall. That wall is undefeated. I know women are tired of men talking about the wall, but it's true. Give this woman another 10 to 20 years and we're gonna see her still on TikTok making these toxic posts, and it will be pretty interesting to see if her tone changes a bit, just like other women who got older and their tone changed.
A boss is never going to find a man because she's pretty much an entry-level man.
Here we go again.
You're responsible for yourself. Congrats, babe. The only kind of man that you're going to attract when you flaunt the fact that you don't need a man, you could take care of everything yourself, you pay all your bills, you have and own a business, you can buy every single thing that a man can for you and double it and keep it for yourself, and you take care of your own bills, house, and kids, is an authentically trash man that's going to use you until the well runs dry and he runs to the next boss bitch, or a leech that's going to use you to build himself up and then leave. Now, if you're an alpha woman and you want a beta man so that you can be in charge, by all means, take what applies to you and leave the rest, boo-boo. Two alphas cannot coexist peacefully without always fighting for power. Look at any animal kingdom, empire, or business structure. It just doesn't end well, and you'd be dumb to think that history repeating itself doesn't apply to your love life. All the characteristics that a boss describes is the difference between being a 25-year-old boy and a 19-year-old man. Most people in Western culture consider you to be a boy if you depend on anybody else for your livelihood. And if for whatever reason that person helping you decides to stop helping you, it drastically affects your livelihood, boy.
Is it me, or why do women always seem like they want to be some queens or bosses just for being a functional human being and doing what they expect a man that they'll be dating to be doing, taking care of herself? That particular young lady right there, I don't even think she even likes men. Unfortunately, a lot of these ladies just want to get online and male bash. They just don't like men. Okay, that's all I got for this one, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to go over and check me out on my other channel at Datingwright Live. Like the video, drop a comment down below. I will see you in the next video.